Let's go help the mayor.
Now that we're dressed to impressed. Oh!
Mayor Pauline, was it something I said?
Is it mayhaps that I am wearing nothing but a backwards Famicom cap? And my red polka dot white boxers?
No.
My red, white polka dot boxers?
No.
A backwards Famicom cap?
No. It's a mechanic hat. I am cultured.
Oh.
Why don't I remember these dudes?
Because they never show up again. Look, bugs.
Mosquito Joe.
Mosquito Joe.
I am Senorita Mesquite.
I don't know why I thought you were going to that one meme song.
Nope, I was going for Chowder.
Oh. Should have known. I actually watched an episode of Chowder the other day.
Dude, I love Chowder so much.
I know you do. I had fun revisiting
You
it.
like me now, Mayor?
I like now. I had fun revisiting Chowder, but it was not as funny as an adult as it was when I was a kid.
Oh, it's still as funny for me.
It's charming, and I appreciate that. I think it just has it still has that, like, it's kind of timely, like, random lol humor that has kind of phased out by now.
Yeah.
Still cute. And I still think a lot about it as a show is really creative and fun and effective. But I think just the overall sense of humor for me is just, like, not really, like, interesting to me anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I do. My fault.
It's all your fault.
I know.
Screw you.
Yeah, it's fair.
You should like everything that I like.
Dude, you're right. I should have no opinions of my own.
I have spoken. Yo, I don't know when this is gonna air, but I'm assuming it's gonna be before Mandalorian Season 2. Are you guys excited?
Actually,
And
I don't...
If
Ooh.
this airs after, like, the first episode or two, how was it? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have opinions. Want me to do some rough mental math as to when this will come out?
You don't need to. I'm not too concerned about it.
Nah, because now I want to know.
Hey.
So Mandalorian's coming out on the 30th.
Okay.
A day before Halloween. You get stoked
You
for Halloween
fool. You
move.
think you could trick me to change into a suit?
Dude! Milady!
Neckbeard time.
Um...
Milady.
Malaysia?
Oh.
And this comes out...
I heard something about Malaysia the other day. Like, they were #1 in something cool, and I can't remember.
I believe it. Dude, is it... I gotta remember.
Oh.
Golf. Finally, we can ignore our country and play a boring sport at the same time.
Bob the Builder.
What is the... It was just in the news earlier today. Where did it go? Nothing else important. Actually, probably many important things happened today, according to Twitter, because things are like that.
Yeah.
But there was a country recently declared independence today, or declared independence like a few years ago, but today it announced it was like officially removing the Queen of England as its like head of state.
Oh. Was it like Wales or something?
No, it was like a former colony.
I'm
It's,
sorry
like,
if I just
big.
offended someone with that. I don't know anything about Europe. I'm very sorry.
Nah. I think you're... I mean, I also don't know the structure of England.
The
like,
British,
the European
British
Union.
Virgin Islands?
Sure.
I don't know. Should I? No.
Barbados, that's where it was.
Barbados. Okay.
Yeah, Barbados is going to remove Queen Elizabeth as its head of state and shift towards a republic.
All right.
Yep. So that's cool as hell.
The building.
Sir, there was an accident on the job. Put it on the board.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
That's not gonna happen.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, sir.
This is what? 10? So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Stupid
5,
goombers.
6. This will definitely air before Mandalorian.
Okay.
By like 2 weeks.
Are you guys excited? 1 million comments, and we do a whole series playing through this game as a tank.
I wish you could. That'd be kind of fun. $1 million comments, and we'll do an entire playthrough of Star Wars: Shadows of the Empire.
1 million comments, and we'll do a full playthrough of the entire FNAF series.
Man, a new FNAF game got announced today.
You tweeted about that.
I did. I don't think anyone saw it coming.
No.
It wasn't even like the middle of it. It was like towards the end. Like towards the end of the PS5 presentation, it was just like this creepy thing, and it was like this slow like pan out of these rooms, like you were slowly backing away from something, and then like a voiceover, and you realized what it was, and then a jump
like
scare.
a VR game?
I don't think we know. I don't think it is. Like, I think it was just for the sake of the trailer, but...
It's not a true FNAF game if the trailer doesn't start with, hello?
Hello, hello! No, it sounded like the sister location animatronic again.
Oh.
Man, I hate jump scares too much to ever really play FNAF, but you bet your ass I've seen playthroughs of almost every game and can actually give you a decent explanation of lore. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
Is that the bite of 87?
Is this? No, this is the bite of 84. We know because the bushes rearranged into a shape to match the birthday of this one character we haven't seen since the second game.
Mm-hmm. But have you considered... Is that the bite of 87?
A part of me is interested. I'm always interested in like game lore. And when I was younger, I was way more invested in FNAF lore because it felt a lot more like constructed and in depth. Nowadays, I genuinely don't think it matters. But man, you gotta.
I definitely watched all the MatPat videos when those were coming out.
Oh, I did too. And I think like everyone who watches game theory, now, like did, because that's like what he kind of became known for.
Also, is Mario communist?
What is Mario communist? Is Toad dead? Are the
Mushroom Kingdom blocks made up of dead Toad?
I mean, you gotta respect how far FNAF has come, like, as a series. Also, a really cool thing that Scott Cawthon announced, like, a while ago was that he was gonna help fund, like, FNAF fan projects.
Oh.
Which is really cool. I think that might be the first time that's ever happened in, like, game development. Like, the official developer has gone out and, like, helped fund fan games.
This is so salty. You know, this guy is like a raging conservative.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoa there, little man. I am not... Oh.
Do you think you're with Bowser?
Huh?
Is that dude like, are you with Big Bow?
No, he was asking if I was gonna go face him.
Oh. I mean, yeah, we are.
He called me little man.
We are a little man.
Me Tubby!
We are a man who is little. Today on Game Theory, is Mario 3-6.
I'm the man. Number 5. The bite of 87.
There were 2 bites instrumental in the downfall and reascension of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. We can't tell them apart because the only difference is when they happened.
But I'll let you decide. Cat.
Dude, the cat wants to decide. They want to know.
I want to know. Can you Fazbear? What do you want, dude?
know about the bite 87.
If you can't hear my cat, it sounds something like meow.
Actually, I was editing some Odyssey the other day, and the meows actually did come through.
That's cool.
And I think
add
it's
some
because, like, we assumed that they wouldn't come through because your cat had never come through before, but I think that was the first time that your cat had actually meowed. I think every time before that was just purring.
Yeah.
I think purring is too low of a frequency to make it through dynamics processing, but I think the meow is high enough of a frequency where it does.
Yeah. Enjoy my cat's. I don't even know what. He likes to pretend like he's allowed in the garage sometimes.
He's a garage cat.
Yep.
Garage cat, baby.
Garage cat. If you see a faded cat in my stinky garage, and he's 15 pounds,
It's a garage cat. Garage cat, baby. That fly exploded.
what?
That fly, like, dashed, it looked like into the moon. I'm sure it just hit the wall, but it looked like it dashed into the moon.
No!
Oh boy. I do really like that song. It's a good one.
Sometimes I wish I could sing like Brendan Urie.
You know, it's, ironically, it's kind of like talking like Toad. You really have to go loud.
You have to extend.
Yeah. You need a lot of support, which often means very loud, unless you're trained to do otherwise. But even he, like, even though he's like a professional musician, I feel like always like screams, sings that upper range. Until he goes to like falsetto, but I don't think he does in that song. What's up?
Oh, I just didn't. Okay. We're still not high enough? All right, more
Dude.
edibles.
You're still not high enough, bro. When are you gonna get higher? Come on, get higher. Half of Combo Move is just us breaking out into song based
Dude,
on like
I
2
had a-
words.
I had a dream last night. I got super high. Like, I've never been high in my life, but I had some like candy edibles, and like I felt so
edibles.
good.
What? What
It
was
was
this like?
surreal.
What does your subconscious think that being high is like, Micah? Explain it to me.
Just like really sleepy
Sure.
and like not very cognizant. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's. I turned on my AC. I'm gonna turn it off.
Okay.
It started making loud noise. I was like,
Ooh, yeah.
no thanks. I'll just be a
I
little
did-
sweaty.
Dude, join me. Sweat World. I had a dream last night that I had a pet
sweat,
rat
sweat.
slash gerbil.
Dude.
It's not that it was like a fusion. It was just like I kept calling it either one or the other depending on like when it was.
I had gerbils when I was a kid.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Storm and Brownie.
Oh, that rings a bell.
Yeah. It was in Delaware when I still lived in that state.
Delaware?
Yeah, that's the funny haha joke people like to make in South Carolina when I moved there.
Yeah. Those
And
were
a lot
funny
of
and original.
a lot of people were being completely serious. They were like, "Are you a foreign exchange student?"
I mean,
Like,
also
no,
like
it's literally the first state to join the union.
dude, it's but South Carolina is like we're the first state because they were like the first colony, and then also like the first to rebel because they just hate
The
anything
first to
good.
secede. They're so proud of that.
They
Why
are
are you proud of that? Please stop.
because they're racist and awful.
Well, I mean, that's a blanket statement, but, some of them, yeah.
Look, it's a blanket statement, but that's how the society is there. Not everyone who lives there is, because, people go different places depending on circumstance. But
Yeah.
the society and culture there has not changed.
Yeah. The culture is very... people love Civil War history.
They do. And they disguise racism and, general bigotry as, like, pride in their history.
My
and
teacher
family
taught
name.
us it was about states' rights. They're like, it's
Yeah.
not about states' rights. They're like, it's not about slavery. It's about states' rights. Like, okay.
Yeah, that was the
But
big
was
thing.
it, though?
When we were in South Carolina in, public education, they were like, the Civil War was not about slavery. Everyone says about slavery. It wasn't. It was about states' rights.
Yep.
It's
Whatever fits your narrative.
Yeah, because people live there and then they never fucking leave.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That
go
goes
anywhere.
for any small town in southern cultures.
Yeah.
Tennessee apparently is very big on Civil War history. Enough so that one of the schools there, like their mascot is the Tennessee Vols, which is short for volunteers, as in volunteers to fight in the Civil War.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
And I'm like, please, like, don't just forget history. Like, that's dumb. But, like, you don't have to commemorate that.
It's like we were saying, a few episodes ago. There's a difference between looking at something critically and, like, there's a difference between, like, engaging in something critically and looking at it through, like, a critical lens and indulging in it. And, like,
Yes.
rewarding it, And so the argument you hear all the time down there is that it's about, like, family history and state pride and all that. But, like, first of all, there's not really anything to be proud of. So
Well, everyone's
maybe
like,
don't
it's
be
about
proud
our
of-
history. Okay, like, less than 5 years of your history. Like, get over it.
Yeah. I mean, the racism and all that is not just 5 years, but
Well, yeah.
it's
But waving a
it's-
Confederate flag and glorifying the Civil War and the people who fought in the Confederacy.
Dude, my favorite, it's disgusting that this happened, but I love it because of just how awful it was to see. Like, it's a story I love telling of I was leaving our high school parking lot one day. It was I think it was freshman year of high school. I was leaving the parking lot and a big old pickup truck swung out into the lane from the senior lot, or the upperclassmen lot, and because it was a big pickup truck, had two flag posts on the left and right side of the truck bed. And on the left side was the Confederate flag, and on the right side was the American flag. And I
Guys,
just
if
sat-
you've...
Yeah,
Sorry.
go on.
Sorry.
Yeah, man, go on. Go for it.
Oh. I was saying, if you've never lived in the South, that is common. Very common.
Yeah.
First of all, that people drive giant pickup trucks and, jack them up and put on wheels that are too big for its frame.
Because they gotta
but
go
second of
mudding on
all,
the
that
weekends, Micah.
Yeah, and second of all, that those trucks wave Confederate flags as well. It's... And, I understand, if you had a family member fight in the Civil War on the Confederate side, that is part of your family history in a way. Again, I wouldn't glorify it, but
Yeah.
if you're just a high schooler in the South and you want to put a Confederate flag on your car because you think that's cool, there's something wrong about that.
Well, that's the issue, is that, because a lot of the people who live there have just always, their family's always been from there. They've never left. They never come from anywhere else. almost everyone had family who served in the Civil War in some capacity on the Confederate side. And so they're like, it's part of family heritage, and like, there's loyalty to that. But like, there shouldn't be loyalty to that if it sucks.
Yeah.
We as a nation and as a culture really love the idea of loyalty, and it's just because we suck as a nation and we hide that behind nationalism so that we never need to make change. But we promote this idea of loyalty and like nationalism.
Lay down, kitty.
Loyalty is like, I think loyalty has the potential to be like this really cool trait, but it, like anything else, can be just awful and just so blind. It's so dangerous. Again, critical consumption and acknowledgement of reality, my dudes.
Yeah.
Think. Use your brain head.
Yeah. And like, you know, I feel like it's okay to memorialize your loved ones and your ancestors. You know, if they did something that you morally disagree with, you can still recognize them, but be like, I don't support their actions, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would take this. I agree with you partially. I would take the stance that, like, it's one thing if it's someone you know. Because, like, man, love is a weird thing, especially familial love. Like, we have this beautiful thing that I think a lot of people in our generation have, like, discovered and latched onto recently in recent years. It's like, you can choose who your family is, like your group, your place of belonging. You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be your blood family. But if you have been close with, like, your blood family your whole life, if they have, like, you know, bad stances or bad morals, it's like, I have this connection with you and I can't, like, lose that necessarily. Even if, like, I disagree and even if I wish I could separate myself from you, I think it's harder than that. But it's weird. So I think it's one thing, like, again, it doesn't excuse them of the action, it just makes it more complicated. But that's for someone you know. For, like, your ancestors who you don't know, you don't need to memorialize anyone. Again, it's loyalty to nothing.
I don't even know, like, most people don't know all their ancestors, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know mine.
Like, I know my grandparents, and I've heard of some of my great-grandparents. Like, that's about it.
Yeah. Micah, we're out of time, so I'm gonna give you a gamer tip. You ready for this?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Stand on the left side of the row.
Oh?
You got it.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
Dude,
you got it,
bro.
We're all pro gamers. Next time on Combo Move, we continue to be pro gamers.
That's right.